My name is Poetic. I'm a United States Army veteran. I'm a product of the Detroit public school system. And in the combination of the two, I have seen the decay of my community. Anybody looking at me can see that I am obviously a black man. And so, I've composed this piece, and it is entitled The State of the Black Union. To all of my black folks, to all of my African Americans, to all of my Negroes, can I please have your attention? And I'm speaking to everybody with a tad bit of brown skin complexion. You see, I'm speaking in Creole, mulatto, and Latin. Listen. Wake up. We have all been tricked into believing this mass media created, government co-conspirated ghetto lifestyle that is so very hard to fix. You see, it is broken by design, and it is destined for failure. Yet we can't afford to leave it, and it is all so familiar. We once stood together in the 60s, at least that's what they tell me. Plus, I read it in a couple books, but I was not there. You feel me? I think we stood together for a reason, because we were all oppressed. We could not take it anymore, so we puffed out our chest and we moved this entire nation and the world. I bet we shook this country so hard that they shot down our best. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., El-Hajj Malik al-Shabazz, also known as Malcolm X. They were our shining black manhood. Then they shot them both down. Then pumped drugs to our communities just to settle us down, slowed the flow of education, turned our music around, went from a loving, singing people to a lay your ass down. Now, we have always had our gangsters, Bumpy Johnson and those type. But most of the ones that came lay our gangster now are not built like that, all right. You watch DEA, just like me. They will tell it all tonight. But they're steady preaching loyalty and will shoot you, but won't fight. Plus, he smoked some weed and listened to some Tupac, so now he's gangster, right? Psych. But this is the formula that's led many of us astray. Worse than that, most don't want to turn away and say things like, you're not real unless you stay. Now, that's the Uncle Tom mentality, if I don't say. You see me up on all the news with Beyonce and Jay while contemplating, how am I going to get to work tomorrow, today? You see, celebrities are drugs, and we're hooked on them daily. She heard a single on the radio, so now she wants to have his babies. All this speculation and talk about Lil Wayne and Baby. Let's talk about how to get some infamil for the babies. It's crazy. We are so caught up in this pursuit of fame and rims. And I taught at the same time to aim at him. Tilt that brim. Go on, baby, sell that den. We teach our daughters since they babies, it's cool to sell it to men. Forget if he's intelligent or honest. God amongst men. He's a nothing or a loser. If he don't have ends, pushing the bends, riding on rims, house with a fence with a slight issy scent. Telling her things like, I'll pay for your school, we get a house, have some kids, and we might get a pool, and she likes what he do, and it might just be true, but when them feds come around, it's indictments for two. He was wifing her too, so her life equals two. So now that child is motherless and fatherless too. Is this bothering you? Is this a problem to you? I know a lot of people that didn't have a father. Did you? But this is the very model that we're following, dude. We're so going, if you tell the truth, you'll probably get booed. I don't mean to be rude, but I'm just trying to restore the mood. You see, I'm calling out for one nation under a groove. So what? Some have better cars or clothes. Really, what does that prove? We are all God's children. No one is better than you. Strip away everything that covers us to expose our shame, to see each other as we are. We are all the same. You know, some see it as lame for anyone to make claims for unity and preservation and real positive change. So yes, they took off the chains, they gave us more of the same, they could not block us from our marches, so they shackled our brains. This Willie Lynch yourself mentality has been etched in our brains. You know, some see Barack Obama, and they say he's not the same because his father's Kenyan and his mother's Caucasian. It's a shame that the descendants of slave owners who created the same thing cannot see that America has again created the same thing. So I say he is black like me. He faced black like me. And the status quo obviously cuts him no slack like me. So how can I look at him and not see me? Here's what I could be. What my unborn children should be. And the living, breathing dream our ancestors never thought would be. Yet some of us still don't support the cause. Black folk, how could we? 50 years ago, to vote for blacks was still a distant dream. And we are living in their hope, and we have squandered it, it seems. They have torn us at our seams and have torn apart our dreams and have force-fed us music that mostly magnifies our screams. It is madness on the scene. We act savage on the scene until the homicide detectives have arrived upon the scene. Tape it up, you've seen the scene. A mother's cries of utter pain. Do you hear her scream? We are human beings, and yet it seems we have lost our way. What happened to the greater good and compassion for the day? Have they really, dope boy, dreamed in prison, wished it all away? Have we pissed it all away? Have we completely forgotten that we are the daydreams of slaves? Yes, the shackle's gone, but the mindset remains. Going to jail, we have a party. Going to school, you a lame. Put this all on our brain. We are all being shamed, blinded by the limelight and playing all kind of games. We don't take time to discuss issues nor to generate real change, because by the time we are done with work or school, we just want to ease our brain. So we watch some television and bump some tunes to ease the pain, but what we watch and what we listen to only breeds more of the same. Freedom of speech is all right, and that is an awesome thing, but let's have some decency and act like we are human beings. Our babies disrespect our elders because we don't know how to talk. What happened to sit your ass down when you hear an adult talk? Spare the rod and spoil the child. That is what they tell us in the book. Our village used to discipline our wrongful deeds, and our mothers, you know, they certainly whooped us after that. But now the people in the neighborhood just walk by and don't look back. And if they do look back, perhaps they maybe stop and have a chat. With our Brad, we act like can't nobody tell them nothing and get into a spat. Can you now see the trap? Are you proud to be black? Take it back to James Brown. Say it loud that you black. We're not allowed to do that. Plus, some are too proud to do that. Worse, most don't know enough about themselves to do that. Who are you that you should believe that you do not deserve better? It is incredible how many of us do not know we are beautiful. Unless we start seeing each other's beauty, we're going to cause each other's funeral. God said, I knew you, dude, even before you knew you, so I guess he know you better than you know you. We are so spoiled. We speak down on each other with speech slicker than fish oil. To our very own brother, we are so disloyal. And we'll take the very life when the temperature's boiled. This facade that they have fed us will destroy you. Wow. They have obviously still made it about race. It has become more about class, because there are Caucasians, Jews, Arab Americans, Native Americans, and every other kind of American that will fight with us to our last. This is not about black and white. This, my friend, is about wrong and right. Let's come together for a brighter day, because we are dying through this night. The State of the Black Union. Thank you. God bless you. And God bless the United States of America.